So we started with the Page of Rods, as you can see up there. I'll move it to that side. Then the Two of Swords, then the Six of Swords, and then the Three of Pentacles. So no major arcanas for you guys. Two swords, a pentacle, and that rod. So timing wise, I'm going to leave it very fluid and open. They can appear at any point in time, and they can be moving through the month in any different direction. But if we start with the Page of Rods on the left hand side, we see there the pages are usually indicators or messengers. So they bring in possibility of new directions. Now, the wands are often considered to be associated with career or hobbies that interest you, for those of you who are not in a career. If you are a student, such as at university or still in college, then the wands also kind of cover off that realm of area as well. So there is something new coming for you guys in and around this career or hobby section. This can be new offers pertaining to you. So if you are seeking to find new employment, now would be a good time to put out your CVs. Some of you may even be approached, and some of you may be offered an interview. For others of you who aren't necessarily looking for a new job, the Page of Rods is also giving off the vibration of new ideas around you. So some sort of creative input or idea or expansion or going in a new direction with your career field. For those of you who are self-employed, this could be expansion of your business or bringing in new modes or modalities or therapies or something along those lines. We will pull a clarifier, and I think we will go to this deck here, because these are very much like a tarot deck. This is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, or Sandra Ann Taylor, however you prefer to say it. So let's just see what the clarifier is here for the Page of Rods and what it might be deferring the message to a little bit further in depth. That's not particularly helpful in and of itself, is it? Envy with the Page of Rods. Some of you might have been pondering that others have some sort of greater capacity, or they're doing better, or they have more insight, or they've got something new that has come about either their own career. So this could be workmates. You might have been looking at workmates and thinking, well, I don't seem to be getting this, payback, or I don't seem to be getting this attention, or I haven't had those ideas come to me, so why not? So envy could well have made you, want to make moves, or want to incorporate something new, or want to show expansion. So this might be what is bringing about this opportunity for you. But usually envy denotes kind of more of a negative perspective, because when we are envious of others' things or ideas or their successes in life, our own opportunities for doing so are negated. They're closed down a little bit. So we go over here to the John Holland Psychic Tarot, of which I'm sure a lot of you have seen me use this really a lot of times. So we'll just see what's coming out here. I'm wondering if a chakra card will turn up, which could be where a blockage might be, which might be why you could be envious of perhaps not having had success of the Page of Rods. Let's have a look. This is for Aries. What's going on with the Page of Rods, the messenger? What message is he bringing? Patience. Okay, so patience is number 14, and in his deck that represents the Temperance card, so it is bringing in balance. So yeah, I think if any of you have had this kind of like you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling things haven't happened fast enough, or you're feeling that other people are getting the successes that you wanted, you're being asked to have some balance and some patience and temper things out and get rid of any of this type of feeling, the envy, because that's slowing things up for you guys. You need to be more open and willing and accepting, and look out. So keep your eyes open and actually go out and seek to apply for jobs or applications, or even things like visas. If you're thinking of moving home, it doesn't just have to be jobs and careers. This is these are new things coming into you in a creative way. So it could be for some of you immigration to a different state or to a different country. It could be expansion of your business. It might be about your university papers that you're wanting to sit, or it might have been about the fact that you've had to retake something or redo it and you're feeling envious about it and you're going, damn, why isn't it happening faster? Well, they're going. The seeds of patience, when they're well nurtured and cared for and balanced properly, grow into magnificent new beginnings. And that plant and that seed is a new beginning, as is the Page of Rods. So I think you just have to be really patient with what is going on and know that there are new beginnings out there for you. So don't sit wallowing in self-pity or lumbering around in envy or greed or something else. Get out there and act for yourselves and actually take action and look at the opportunities coming your way. Also, there's the old saying that it's very rarely that Prince Charming's going to come and knock on your door. You have to go out and seek what it is you want. So sometimes this means that you have to go looking for it. Don't expect things to just turn up on your back door either. We come to the second card and we see again a little bit like the balance card over here, or the patience card, or temperance. This card represents balance. Now it also represents the new moon, possibly, because that does look like a new moon up there, and that's around the 5th of April. So there may be something coming for you guys in or around that 5th of April period that gets you into a feeling of consternation, of going, oh, I have to make a choice. What choice do I make? Where do I go? So that card is a card that tells us we're feeling like we're fence sitting. We're not sure. Do we take A or B? So what it means is we have choices. We have opportunities. And I think when we're presented with choices in life, it proves to us that life is moving along. I think choices are a wonderful situation because that proves to us that nothing is stagnant. That even if it's a choice you may not have wanted, it provides movement, and movement is action, and it gets you to where you want to go. A little bit like this here, the 6 of Swords. This is providing movement, and that card often represents movement that you may not wanted to had to experience, but you are experiencing it. So the 2 of Swords is about options and choices and needing to get off your butt and make a decision. So that moon up there could also be resonant energy from the eclipses that we had back in January. The moons have been playing a pretty big role in all of our emotional decisions and emotions that we have been experiencing over the last few months. So again, this could require you to go a little bit deeper, to make your mind up, to look into information and to find out what's going on. So we will again come to this deck, do a little bit more shuffling for you. What is this 2 of Swords trying to tell us, and what is it dealing with, and what is it about for a lot of people, for the Aries listening? And remember guys, this is a general reading, so it's not necessarily going to be resonant for all of you. Some of the answers and situations will make a lot of sense. Others of you will find some of it doesn't seem relevant. However, if it doesn't, think of the cards yourself, look at the pictures, look at the colours, the messages, and see where it might pertain to in your life. The Sun, beautiful card, and really it does represent the same opportunity as the Sun in any tarot card. So it talks to us about golden opportunities and new beginnings. So perhaps if you make the right choice, and it's interesting that we have the Sun and Moon, and that makes me think again about the eclipses that may have been in January. You may have pondered something back then. You may have been stuck, or you may have started a project back in January or around that February time frame, where there was something that you either thought about or went through or wanted to propagate or, get it going, and it might be coming to fruition now or beginning to take shape. So it is about decision making, and it's about choosing one that will profiteer you and take you into this energy of the Sun. It's quite a pretty little card. I'll hold it up for you guys to see so that you can actually get the sun shining right on you, and it might bring about some sort of, fruition or fruiting of the mind, or bringing into reality this concept that you're challenging yourself with the Two of Swords. Why are you pondering about this decision? Why can't you make the choice to go left or right, or to take A or B, or to drop something off, or to have more confidence in yourself, or to actually go forth and make the steps? Let's have a look. We'll use one of these cards. These are angel cards. They often have specific answers. So we will see what other referencing here for the sun is. Let go. Well, yeah, exactly. So let go of something, which we know that you have to do because you've got it up here. One of these things you have to let go and make a decision and go in a direction. So, they're very clearly telling you to let go of something to make this happen, to make the sun shine, and to have this creativity and productivity, expansion and fertility come into your life. So what is it for you guys, Aries? Is it romance? Is it love? Is it career? Is it health? It's something along those lines anyhow. Let's just pull one of these. These are quite intense cards. These are the cosmic reading cards. So let's see how many of you feel inclined to finish off this particular message and agree with the cosmic message that's coming. So this is the final clarifier for that Two of Swords and where it is heading us. Let's have a look. Big cards, these ones. They're quite, as you can see, they're a lot bigger than the others. One more shuffle. That wasn't very good. Shadow self. So yeah, it's a personal issue with you guys. It's something about what you've been dealing with, like the dark night of the dark night of the soul. The shadow self is that part of us that we often hide from, or we struggle to address. It can sometimes be, for some of us, it's what we can be ashamed of or frightened of for some, and it's about knowing that every single person on the planet has a shadow self, and that once we align our two realms, and there's more than two realms of it, but once we take stock of and heed of the shadow self, we become more whole, and then we can integrate and we can flow with more clarity. We can regain our divinity. We can move forward. We don't find ourselves so stuck. So the number is 28, which of course adds up to a 1, like a new beginning, and you've got the 1 here with the sun, and there's the 2 up there. So we're way down at the beginning of something that's going to take you guys forward. I will read for you the words from the shadow self part of this the book. Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others, because the world outside you is only a reflection of the world inside you. You may be wondering why you've been facing so many triggers and challenges of late. Things have been going well despite a few road humps along the way, but the challenges that have been appearing all around you recently seem so overwhelming and disorienting. Just when you thought you had everything under control, it seems as though the world has suddenly shifted. Spirit understands your confusion and uncertainty during this period. Rest assured, dear one, this is a time of cleansing and clearing all that was avoided and hidden inside you. Healing of the worlds within is taking place, and raw emotions are resurfacing. You are exploring and uncovering the darkest shadows of yourself. This is why you are being faced with insurmountable challenges and triggers. You see, it is only from being pressured that this darker side of you surfaces. This is an important and necessary time for you. As hidden parts of you surface, be gentle. Send love and compassion to the wounded parts of yourself. If there is rage, send love. If there is hurt, send love. May love reign on all aspects of you, whether they be dark or light. This period can be quite testing, being challenged by unforeseen events triggered by people closest to you. Through this cleansing process, your level of consciousness is expanding to new and heightened states of awareness and clarity. As you move through this period, be assured you are not alone and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And an affirmation you can use is, I am healed as I acknowledge all aspects of myself. And this associates with the base and sacral chakra. So as I say, I think these cards are very, very powerful. We probably don't need too many of them in a full reading, but I think it aligns very nicely with this card at the top and this feeling of, not knowing and not being able to see fully ourselves because we were blindfolding. We were hiding from a part of ourselves and the dark shadow of, of the night, the dark soul of the night. So some of you might be going through really intense emotional times where you are finding challenging situations brought about by your own feelings and perhaps by events thrust onto you by others in your life, perhaps close partners or family members or community issues or even societal issues, sometimes health related as well. So know that they are asking you to let go of anger or rage or emotions that are negative and to bring in the light and the love and experience the energies of the penultimate light in our life, that of the sun, and feel the healing that can take place when we coerce and merge all of these together and end up with this kind of like new birthing and new opportunities of the sun. So I think I'll sit that up there now and leave it sitting up there with that glowing energy of the sun over the top of it so that it's healing any cathartic issues that are going on in the background and any traumas associated with it. And, I'm not surprised that we're getting such intense messages as this reading is developing because, of course, as I said in the very beginning, this is really your birthday reading. So I often find at the times of our birthday, we go through really intense connections to our soul and to our beginning and to the reason why we came in here. Sometimes we don't really notice it, but it is going on in the background and in the subconscious. So if we carry on from where that last message left us about moving into a new place and, conquering some of these worrying trends or thoughts or situations that had been occurring, it takes us naturally to this next card, the Six of Swords, which is all about moving into calmer waters and being prepared for this journey and being ready to move away from something that has been disturbing us, regardless of what it might be, whether it's a relationship, whether it's been a career situation, whether you're moving away from a health issue, or whether you need to move from one country to another or from one neighborhood to another, whether you are moving because of emotions, physicality, finances, health, any form of disruption, but it's taking you to calmer waters. And sometimes you move with something or someone like a family member and they go with you, so you're often not necessarily alone. Now, of course, the other thing that this card can represent is travel, literally across water. So some of you might be going traveling in the month of April, and it could be for a holiday. Some of you might be traveling to move to somewhere else or to take a break, literally, or take a retreat to somewhere. So I view it as a positive card, even though it has a lot of grey and blue in it. So it talks to us about the emotions, it talks to us about communication as well at various levels. So let's see what the John Holland deck has to add to that for clarification. What are you wanting to tell us more about the Six of Swords? What do we need to know and expand on with the messages for this card? Okay. Disruption number 17, and of course that is number 16, and that is the Tower. So even though we had no major arcanas in our first round of cards, we've since managed to get out the Sun per se, and we now have the Tower card. So this Tower card can be about unbelievable change at a very deep spiritual and conscious level. And it makes sense when we saw this card over here, the shadow self, and what we were dealing with in moving on from some aspects of trying to re-heal or regroup with ourselves. So the disruption card, the Tower, is often like an alchemic reaction taking place to events. Now, this card is about moving on and moving away from something that has been disruptive. So the Tower is kind of saying it might be an event that has already occurred or could still be occurring for you, but it could be an event that is propagated in April. So some of you may not even be aware of or understand that this event is coming yet. Although if it does, its foundations are seeded a long time ago. So the Tower or disruption card only turns up after a long period of imbalance, destabilization, lack of equality, lack of unity, and lack of flow through your body and your mind and your soul. So the disruption card has to happen to create or to allow this movement and this movement forward for yourself and possibly some other people that you take with you, either literally or metaphysically. You know, it's a very, very powerful card, and it does denote a change at a deep level. I think this reading seems to, the further we are going on, the more personal it has become and the more deeply intensifying it has become, with cards such as the shadow self and the disruption card coming out, and especially playing out so closely to each other. So some of you might feel that this is a time of great change coming into your life, you know, like an epoch moment of saying, wow, I'm beginning to wake up to who I am or how I want to be treated or what I value in life or what I deserve in life as well.